What's up, everybody? Welcome. This is Titan Man 9000, and we are going to check out some receiver highlights today. I've been messing around with the mock draft type program over at pff.com. Anyways, it's just a simulation everybody can do. It's free, and I was doing some mock drafts and noticed a bunch of receiver names in the mid to later drafts. Uh, so I'm going to check out a couple of these. First one I'm going to check out is, of course, Vols fan here, Jalen Hyatt. I really think the Titans should look into picking him up. He's a burner. The Titans could use someone fast. We're just going to look at a couple of clips of him real quick, just to look at his traits. We all know what he is. Most people that are Titans fans are obviously Vols fans. So I'm not sure you guys can hear it or not, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it up. Audio might not be available. The dude has really long arms, which is super cool because it helps him grab catches if they're in front of him. So that's one of his traits. Obviously, he's also very fast. I want to say he had 4 touchdowns in the Alabama game. But you can see he can, against Alabama there, he can separate from coverage just with his speed alone. And Hendon Hooker obviously helps throwing some pretty good throws senior year. So yeah, another guy that I think we should look at is one that's kind of flying under the radar, at least for me, because I'm not a big Ole Miss follower. But Jonathan Mingo is eerily similar to AJ Brown. And I know some people be like, "Oh, he's not even close." But I mean, tell me who this looks like to you. That kind of catch, a combated catch like that, and then this one here is just ridiculous. One hand, he grabs that ball. But yeah, so the guy's size is similar as well. He's 6'2", 220 pounds ish. So it's very similar in size to AJ, basically the same stat. I'm going to look at the stats comparison for him. So AJ Brown went in his junior year. Obviously, he had a very good year. He had 1,320 yards as a junior, a 15.5 average with 6 TDs. Mingo, this year is a senior. He has 51 receptions, and he has 860 yards. So he has 34 less receptions and about 450 less yards. He averages 16.9 yards, which is about the same as AJ. He has 5 TDs. So yeah, they're very, very similar, even just in their average per yards per catch. Like it looks like they both, are catching pretty long passes and then fighting for more yardage on this tape even. Let's go ahead and skip through some other ones. I don't know where Mingo will fall, but I would project him as being somebody that I would grab in rounds 3 through 4 possibly. I don't know, maybe later. Maybe he'd be somebody you could get on the cheap, like maybe on the later part of the draft, 5th or 6th, something. I don't know, but let's look at Dontavian Wicks. He was on a lot of the mid to late. He was probably like 4th or 5th round projection, it looks like, on a lot of the mock drafts where he was ending up. So we'll just look at a quick highlight reel of him. All right. You can see with him, he's kind of similar to Mingo. Similar in size. I think he's 6'1" or 6'2". He is very good at catching in traffic, it looks like. He has multiple catches on here where he has 2 or 3 guys around him. And I don't know about his separation speed. Obviously, we'll learn about all the real speeds, 40 speeds in the combine. That is a hard catch to make, I'm sure. That is crazy. Very good catch. So yeah, these are all players I'm like, oh, these would probably be great additions to the Titans or any organization. I personally really like the tape for Mingo, and he's to the level where I'm like, I'm probably going to follow him along no matter what team drafts him, just because he seems like a really, really talented guy that I had no clue about. Let's go ahead and look at Rashee Rice highlights. This guy, again, physical stud type receiver. A lot of people are saying Titans need to pick this guy up. I'm inclined to agree. That is a hard catch. I will say, out of all the receivers I watch, I can see why Jalen Hyatt. Yeah, he has a lot of twitchiness to him. Like, look how he weaves in and around. Super twitchy. I will say, out of the guys I've looked at, Rashee Rice and Jalen Hyatt both are very fast. I will say Jalen Hyatt is just really fast. I mean, he might be one of the fastest receivers that comes through the draft in the next few years. I don't know that, but he has the ability to separate um, downfield when he's going straight line just really, really well. But yeah, Rashee Rice, like that's a hard catch in traffic as well. Had someone right on him. So let's look at another one here. There's another guy that I thought was something interesting. Perry, Wake Forest highlights. This guy's projected mid rounds. We'll look at his highlights. 2022. We'll do 2022. Oh, we're going to close out with this one. I have not seen any of A.T. Perry's footage yet. This is all new for me. It's a great catch over his shoulder. Okay, he looks like a pretty tall receiver. I'm not sure his height, but he looks like he has some decent size to him. He doesn't look like a scrapper, like super small. Oh, wow. Dragged his foot at the end there. That's nice. That guy living his best life. Oh, wow. He's pretty quick. They're playing Vanderbilt. So, no, that's not a dig on Vanderbilt, but that is definitely some speed by him to separate enough. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. He had 81 receptions, 1,096 yards, and 11 touchdowns. I mean, that's no joke. Um, definitely seems like a serviceable receiver. The Titans just need help overall. I'm going to end it on this one, but you know, no matter who they get, whether it's somebody you saw here or somebody else, being a Titans fan, it's been kind of hard because they've grabbed guys that are getting older, like Woods, and which is fine. But grabbing Julio, it's just like at a certain point they're going to have to grab some guys that have speed, breakaway speed, and hold and pay on those receivers. In the mid part of their NFL journey, if they want to be able to win, I believe. So yeah, hopefully they can get that right this time and get some good talented receivers in this year's draft and maybe the next to put around Traylon because can't just have Traylon Burks. I mean, obviously, we would love for Traylon to just really come on this next year and do great, but you got to have multiple pieces. It's like when you get somebody else in there that's good as well, it opens more up for the other receivers. We saw that with NWI. When AJ Brown last year was here, NWI actually looked really good. And now NWI has been getting covered up. Now, obviously, you could say, oh, well, the scheme got worse or something. We had Todd Downing last year too. NWI looked really good last year, and so I think having a stud players like AJ Brown and really talented receivers that take up double coverage like AJ Brown does, right? He demands respect. They usually have people scheming to get him closed off. So when that happens, these other receivers get more opportunities because they're oftentimes in one-on-one coverage or running free. And so obviously we need offensive coordinator to help. Obviously with route concepts, that's a big thing I've noticed is the route concepts looked really dated from what I've been looking on different stuff on YouTube as well. But anyways, let me know what y'all think. Let me know what receiver you guys think the Titans should pick, or if you think you're watching this not a Titans fan, and what receiver you want on your team as well. So, Titan Man out.